If you live around people, which we all do, you're going to have conflict. I'm the communication doc, and I'm going to be talking in this video about 5 tips for handling conflict that are easier said than done. So we all get advice on how to handle conflict, how to deal with conflict in relationships, and it can sound really great, and yet when you actually try to put it into practice, it can be very challenging. So these are 5 tips, and they're all easier said than done, but I'm going to actually explain to you why they're important and how you can do them. The main focus of my business, The Communication Doc, is on marriage and communication in marriage and helping people to build healthy marriage relationships. So I'll apply these skills to marriage, but they can apply to any relationship that you have where you have conflict. So the first tip is don't go to bed angry. Now, you might have heard this tip before. This is a great tip to follow for a number of reasons. First of all, a lot of people have a tendency to clam up. That is, they have conflict and they get upset, but instead of addressing it, they just pull it all inside. Well, eventually, it's going to end up causing problems for you, causing impact on how you interact with other people, and you may actually blow up at some point. And by the time you've blown up, you've collected all of these conflicts and issues you've had, and now it's too hard to address them all at one time. So it is really important to deal with issues as they come, and if possible, as quickly as possible. So before you go to bed is a great idea, but that can't always happen. Sometimes my husband and I will have a conflict right before bed or right towards the evening time. And my husband specifically needs time to kind of process and think about a conflict before he's ready to address it, whereas I'm more gung-ho and ready to deal with it right away. Well, after 18 years of marriage, I know that he's like that. And if I try to address the conflict with him immediately, it will not go well. It will only get worse. So I need to let him have time to process it, and it may mean he has to sleep on it overnight before we're able to talk about it the next day. So again, try to deal with conflict as quickly as possible, but also pay attention to other factors that may come into play when it comes to the best timing for addressing conflict. Another example would be if either of you are overly emotional. That's another time when you want to make sure you give yourselves time to calm down, because emotions tend to make clear thinking go out the window. So you've got to get those emotions calmed down. If you go to my website, thecommunicationdoc.com, you will see a button right at the top for a free resource called 5 Key Factors to Consider Before Tackling Conflict that will give you some other ideas about things that you need to make sure you evaluate before you address conflict.